What's going on, you guys? TBR here, back yet again with another King of Fighters All-Star video. In today's video, as much as I would like to be able to tell you guys that we're going to be covering the new dev video over on Manager Kiki's channel, as much as I would like to tell you that we're covering the new World Drop event, unfortunately we're not going to be covering any of those topics in today's video. The reason for that is because of a situation that happened yesterday that you guys may or may not be aware of, and this video is going to be solely made in order to spread awareness about what is going on with this situation, as well as to show solidarity for the content creator in question. Now, for those of you who do not know about this situation, before we go ahead and get into it, I am going to try and give you all the details that I have on this situation, but I also want to go ahead and get a few things out of the way first. First and foremost, you guys, as much as you are probably going to want to do something about this situation, as much as any of us would like to do something about this situation, unfortunately, there's going to be very little anyone can do outside of showing support and solidarity for the content creator in question. Mainly, this is going to be on them in order to try and get this fixed, unfortunately, and there's only so much any of us can do, especially when we're talking about a content creator's channel that isn't necessarily as big as some of these other channels that have had similar issues. Another thing that I want to go ahead and get out of the way, if you guys haven't already noticed, this is not going to be a monetized video, so there will be no ads on this video. That is in order to show solidarity for this creator, so therefore I just wanted to go ahead and make sure you guys were aware of that. This isn't going to be a video that whether it gets a couple hundred views or a couple thousand views, I'm worried about the 10 cents to $1 I'm going to make off of it, so it will not be monetized. So, with that out of the way, what am I talking about for those of you who don't know the situation? Well, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this quick scan. This is going to be taken from Soultree's channel over on his community tab. I did go ahead and repost this on my community tab yesterday, but let's go ahead and read through it, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Now, this was posted over on Soultree's community tab, so you guys can check it out for yourselves. The link will be in the description, but something very unfortunate has happened. It's about Irun Man, a channel that many KoFAS users know. The channel was permanently suspended due to a malicious terrorist attack while streaming live today. Someone repeatedly posted obscene profile pictures and chats. As a result, the Irun Man channel was permanently suspended. And I am sending a message to the subscribers who would have been embarrassed by the sudden incident. He plans to file a complaint on YouTube. If there are people around you who do not know about this incident, please explain to them. If he can't restore the channel, please support him so he can prepare a new channel. Now again, if you guys want to go support Soultree and show Irun Man some love, you can go do so over at his channel. So, this is the situation we're going to be talking about today. Now, I'm sure you guys probably know exactly who Irun Man is. He is one of my peers here on YouTube that covers the King of Fighters All-Star, who uses a lot of his free time in order to bring us a lot of data and a lot of information on this game. And unfortunately, as you guys can tell from this post, and as you guys may or may not have noticed yesterday, if you are subscribers to him, unfortunately his channel is no longer available and all of his content has been taken off the platform. As you guys can tell from the post, the reason for that is because he was live streaming like he's apt to do. He does that quite often. And unfortunately, it looks like, and it seems like from the people I've talked to that are close to the situation, basically he was the victim of a bot attack. Which basically means a bunch of bots went into his chat, started posting a bunch of obscene things, and eventually that required YouTube to pull him off the platform, because apparently their own algorithms and their own software on their end basically decided that that's what he deserved based on a bunch of idiots in the chat that were probably not even real people, posting a bunch of garbage, and there was nothing he could do about it. So, unfortunately, this is the reality of the situation, and this is what happened to his channel. Now, I'm sure you guys have probably heard of this happening to content creators before. This is nothing new. Unfortunately, this is something that happens quite often and has especially been a problem lately, especially for Asian content creators. As crazy as that might sound, all you've got to do is go ahead and type into the search bar on YouTube about the situation, and you will find that a ton, an inordinate amount of Asian content creators have been dealing with this. A lot of people seem to think that these bot creators are coming from Asian-based countries and making these bots to attack smaller content creators in those areas. And unfortunately, even though it's very tough to nail down a lot of exact info on this, because mainly this is going to be a lot of guesswork and a lot of detective work on the part of other content creators on the platform, It does seem as though this is a problem. I will have a link in the description to another video that was done on this particular topic that kind of lays this stuff out a little bit more in depth, that was quite recent. And it does a good job of letting you guys kind of know why these things are happening, or at least how these things are happening. And even a few things that you could do to maybe protect yourselves if you're planning on live streaming on YouTube. Now, as much as I would like to tell you guys that there's been any sort of update since Soultree's initial post, unfortunately, as of the making of this video, there are no new updates to my knowledge. And if there are any new updates, I will let you guys know in the hours and days ahead. So like I had said at the beginning, unfortunately, as much as any of us would like to do something about this situation, there's very little any of us can do, especially when we're talking about a smaller channel such as this. So all we can really do is show our love and support to Irun Man. Definitely post a comment in the comment section and show him some love. Go over to Soultree's channel and post on his community tab and show some support for Irun Man. But right now, all we can do is hope and pray that something changes in this situation and that Team YouTube pulls their head out of their respective asses and figures this shit out, because this is ridiculous and it should not happen to any small content creator. Now, speaking of small content creators and live streaming and this type of issue, I want to talk about something that is very near and dear to me personally, because I know a lot of people have asked me to live stream in the past, and this is where I've got to come clean about the fact that I have not felt comfortable live streaming, and as much as I have wanted to live stream for you guys, it's these types of situations that are why I haven't. There are a lot of different topics and a lot of different conversations that I've had over the months with people on my Discord, whether they be some of my mods or otherwise, whether it be my wife, whether it be some of my personal friends. But I've had a lot of personal conversations with people on this very topic, and my own paranoia about this type of thing can sometimes be just that, paranoia. But a lot of times, whenever things like this happen, especially when they hit this close to home, all it does is reinforce in my own head my own decisions to not live stream, and tells me that maybe I'm not just a paranoid idiot. Because to be honest with you guys, this happens to a lot of small content creators, and the fact of the matter is, and this is the cold, harsh reality of the situation, and this is me being brutally honest with you guys, we don't do this for the money. We make very little to nothing doing this. I can tell you guys right now, at the height of this channel, the biggest, best month that I ever had monetarily on this channel, I broke just over $200. That's it. None of us do this for the money. This isn't about the money. Whenever we talk about these smaller channels that are covering these niche markets such as this, which is what myself and Irun Man do, because let's face it, the King of Fighters All-Star is not some huge IP that is going to be having millions and millions of views on any channel. It is a very niche game. And unfortunately, what we do here on these channels is we do sacrifice a lot of our free time. We sacrifice a ton of things in our personal lives out of love and out of adoration for the IP, for the game, for the community. We're doing this as basically a charity project. And while we may love it, while we may enjoy it, which we do, and I'm sure, I don't want to speak on Irun Man's behalf, but I'm sure he loves content creation, or else he wouldn't do it, because let's face it, you're not going to do it if you don't love it. Unfortunately, this is the situations that we run into, and these are the risks we take whenever we decide to live stream. For me personally, you guys may or may not know, but I have a wife, I have a 9-year-old, I have a dog. And when I see things happen, and I've had fellow friends of mine on other games and other platforms that cover other things, have these types of things happen to them. I have friends who know people that have been swatted. All these different things that happen when people live stream, these different risks and these different things that people do have to go through on an everyday basis whenever they just want to create content. It isn't right. And it is very risky. And I would not want to put myself in that type of situation, because I know personally how many hours of my sleep schedule I have sacrificed over the course of the 1.5 years I've done this channel in order to bring you guys content. I realize how many days that I've cut short having to go to sleep early just to wake up at 3 a.m. for an update after a maintenance in order to be able to even cut a video for you guys. I know what it's like to have to cut out certain things in your life that you would rather be doing in order to bring content to your community. I understand the sacrifices that go into making these channels run. And unfortunately, this is the reality that some of us face just because a couple of bots decided that they were going to do what they were programmed to do, which is shitpost and ruin somebody's day and life. So, I wanted to go ahead and get this off my chest, and I wanted to go ahead and at least cut a video on this topic because I wanted to spread awareness about it. Like I said, I will not have this monetized. I just wanted to go ahead and kind of get this off my chest, so it feels like I'm rambling. I apologize, but this is just something that I felt like I needed to talk about. So hopefully you guys can show some support and some love for Irun Man, whether it be in the comment section of this video or over on Soultree's channel. Hopefully there's some form of update to this situation. Like I said, I'll have a couple of sources in the description. That way you guys can take a look at a few things. But in general, I just wanted to spread awareness about the situation and let everybody in the situation know that they have my full support. And if there's anything that I can do on my channel or my end to help out, just reach out to me. I would be glad to do so. But anyway, you guys, that is going to be today's video. I hope you all found it informative. If you did, smash that like button and subscribe. I will see you guys all in the next one. Good luck, Irun Man. We support you. Peace. Oh, and Team YouTube, get your shit together. For real.
Continue.